Welcome back. Our subject today is going to be on GI health. One of the first things we discussed when you came into the clinic was the importance of getting the house cleaned, and what I mean when I talk about that is really prepping your body for health. Over the course of your life, from starting off as a baby, you've exposed your body to vaccinations, genetically modified and processed foods, hormones, chemicals, pesticides. The basis of introducing these into our body, with exception to vaccines, is through our alimentary tract, our GI tract. And so these toxins enter and build up and are stored in fatty tissues, the liver, and even in intracellular spaces. So it's very important in the process of getting your health back to restructure the integrity of the gut. In your activity binder, if you go under the GI section, there is a very brief summary of this. I want to go over this. One of the first things you do when you start the program is to give a stool sample. This is done during the hormones class. You'll be giving your kit. So often I have patients come to me and they say, well, my doctor says that everything looks good. So I ask them, well, what tests did you have? And they say, they didn't do a stool sample, but they did a scope. Well, unfortunately, even the preparation of the body to do these scopes clears out a lot of the mess. And really what the focus is on, if we're seeing any anatomical problems, ulcerations, or inflammation. So looking at what's going on in the gut needs to be done with a stool sample, because what I'm looking for is dysbiosis, abnormal bacteria patterns. You actually have more bacteria making up your body than you do actual cells. So understanding this normal, healthy relationship that we call homeostasis of our normal flora is important. I have a definition here in the book of what dysbiosis is: overgrowth of bad bacteria. So we have to identify that, and that gives us a basis to here's where you were when you started off, and if we take you through the cleansing process properly to actually cleanse the gut, repair the gut, and remove common inflammatory patterns that are going to affect the immune system, and even clear out toxins in the liver, which is really true with detox, then we can go back and we can remeasure these things. Other factors we want to rule out: parasites, yeast, and fungus that are contributing to health problems. Health starts from what we put in our mouth, as I mentioned earlier. This is the entry point from the external environment. And anything that goes into your mouth that is not a whole food from the earth, your body is going to recognize that. Our body is very smart, and there's going to be consequences for that. So if it's genetically modified, your body is going to identify that, and there is going to be consequences. Almost all your wheat products, corn, and soy products are genetically modified today. So these are products we tell all of our patients to avoid, whether you are sensitive or not. We have to start this pattern of testing and retesting as we take you through the cleanse. Part of the cleansing process that we do within the 28-day detoxification is using customized nutraceuticals that are plant-based. So you're not going to have a synthetic factor that is harmful. Just like genetically modified foods or medications, where all these things are not real and they disrupt things. So we always go back to whole foods. That whole food has to break down and travel through that electromagnetic plasma we call blood, and serve to filter out through the capillaries into our cellular environment to give our bodies the nutrients it needs, so that that process can't be interrupted. So we have to go through the cleansing process, and one of the nutraceuticals we use is Clearbite. We prefer this product. We see the best results with it. So you will use this over a 28-day period, as well as changing and altering the diet and removing elements from the diet, food products that are common inflammatory patterns and can cause allergic responses. So as this takes place, the body is now in a position where the gut barriers are tight. They are protecting foreign proteins from going out into the body. We'll have a healthy mucosal to absorb the nutrition. So the nutrients that you put into your system, now you will absorb these better, and the customized nutraceutical products are going to help elicit a normal functional response in your body. Whether it's to improve insulin sensitivity, or to step up adrenal function, or to reduce inflammatory patterns or balance immune responses, This is an absolute necessity. If we don't go through this first and prep the body and help you continue to govern those changes in that repair process, then everything that we're doing is going to march forward very slowly if it moves at all. We don't want to start moving forward and having these ups and downs. So again, as you go through this summary, you will learn more about proper ways to digest, and when we're having problems such as acid reflux, what you don't want to do is just take Nexium or Prilosec or omeprazole. These are proton pump inhibitors. And what that means is that is going to deal with the symptoms that you're having, and I know you're going to feel better, but never forget, there is an underlying reason you are having these symptoms. And when you use these medications, they are reducing your body's ability to produce hydrochloric acid. And when you don't produce hydrochloric acid, you don't break down proteins. This is where the proteins are broken down, is in the gut. So this becomes a real problem, and you begin to actually ferment your food, putrefy your food, which of course is going to make you more toxic. It's going to reduce absorption of nutrients, so that is going to affect the energy patterns, the aging process, and even gaining weight. Now, I'm not telling you to discontinue these medications. What I'm telling you is that over time you shouldn't be on them. What I want to do is help get your body healthy enough so these medications aren't necessary. I hope you recognize why this can be dangerous. So that is all summarized here, as well as the hidden kind of GI problems that is found through the stool. We do, and even saliva, we look at certain elements within the GI tract. Over time, as you go through this and you have corrected the GI function, what now, how do I maintain this? You are always going to have to maintain this for the rest of your life. You're going to have to take care of your gut. And that means eating right, which is primary. That is where we get most of our nutrition. Now, you may need certain nutraceuticals like probiotics that are normal bacteria that we need, or enzymes, in other words. You're going to have your own specifics that work best for you. I have mine. One of the things that I continue to do is take a probiotic every day. That is just a part of my daily routine. So if you have any questions, we can answer them via email or when you come into the office. I hope this helped summarize some things for you and the importance of GI health.